Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the new Arbor GPS. That's right, Brian Iguchi got a new pro model from Arbor, and this is it. This board features Arbor's system camber with grip tech and offset uprise fenders. So what you actually get is camber with 3D shape in it. That camber is going to give it all the load, pop, snap, and drive. That offset uprise fender is going to change how this board engages into and out of turns, as well as how it floats in POW. And then the grip tech underfoot is going to give you more grip while you're on edge. This board's available in 156, 158 wide, 159, 162, and 163 mid-wide. I rode this board at Copper Mountain on a day that was a mix of gray skies with little pockets of blue. You had some snow falling at times, winds, chop, chunder, couple inches of leftover POW from the previous day, perfect firm fast corduroy, icy corduroy, and then just scraped off corduroy, and I rode it with my Rome Black Label bindings and my K2 Thraxis boots. This board is a stiffy, and it's obviously fully directional with its flex. So that means softer nose that progressively stiffens back up to the tail. Obviously the tail is going to be the stiffest portion of this board. Even the nose being softer, it's not crazy soft. It's not like you're going to fold it. It can still plow through chop and chunder with relative ease. The torsional flex is pretty mild on this. Like, you can twist it, but it rebounds not super aggressively, but it wants to get back to its original shape if you're just trying to ankle steer it. Now, with the stability in this thing, like I said, that nose will plow through chop and chunder. You're just gonna feel it. This is not a damp ride. So anything you hit is gonna reverberate back underfoot. And when you're straight lining through like an icy chute, or even just like a death cookie filled groomer, you feel all those vibrations coming up underfoot. So you need to be aware of this. This board is designed to be Gooch's big steep Alaska board, which makes sense that it's a little bit more lively because you want to feel what's underneath that fresh snow, or even that snow that's been setting up for a couple days, and you get that with this deck. This board takes a little bit more effort to really engage that tail to get it to pop on a firm groomer. You're basically loading up the camber, rolling back, finding that sweet spot, which is about a couple centimeters from the contact point, right where that uprise fender is. And when you do, what you put in is what you're gonna get out of it. So don't expect to boost the moon. If you're hauling ass, yeah, you're gonna go a little bit higher and you're gonna go a little bit further. Now, the standout of this is popping in fresh snow. It's easier to engage, obviously, because you're in fresh snow, even hot POW, and it has a better rebound to it. It porpoises a lot easier. That was the one thing that I noticed with this board. It's a subtle nuance, and it makes sense for what this deck actually is designed for. What are you doing? Why haven't you subscribed yet? You know you want to. Click that bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. So let's talk about what this board actually excels at. This was probably the most fun aspect of this board, for me at least. You have that offset fender, and what that does is it raises that contact point, so it gives it a smoother initiation off the front foot, but then the grip tech engages and you can ankle steer this board. Short, tight, quick carves are very easy and very nuanced with this board. Very minimal ankle flexion, and you can change the direction of it and you're gonna be locked in. Medium mellow carves, no problem at all. But when you really wanna power a carve and lay a trench, you can drive your back knee into the center of that camber section, push off the tail, and get that power out. And then when you go from your toe edge to transition to your heel edge, that offset fender in the back disengages that lock in there so that you're more underfoot. So that pressure change allows you to transition quicker from toe to heel. This board has such a very fluid and fast transition when you're doing deep, hard carves. It really sticks out. This is a board that when you want to lay it over, go for it. You're going to get power. But when you want to be mellow, you can. This is actually a more approachable board for laying carves than the Annex, which in my opinion, this is basically what replaces it. Who's this board for? The hard charging free ride guy. Hey, you like what we're doing? You want to support us further? Swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP. Sure, I could tell you more here, but there's a video over there that explains it so much better. You know you want to go watch it. Do it. This board was a blast to ride. I really thought I was gonna regret getting on this. I just figured it was gonna be too much for me. I'm getting older. I don't need stuff this stiff. but it was approachable. It didn't feel just full-blown death plank. I mean, the Rain was way more aggressive than this thing. What I liked about it is you can really just lock a carve in, and it doesn't matter if it's chopped out terrain, ice, or a perfect groomer. It's gonna hold that edge, and you're gonna be able to drive this board how you want. Now, there is a little bit of a popping issue with it, and what you put in is about what you get out. That's fine. It's got a shortcoming. If you're riding this in fresh pow, you won't really notice it as much as if you're hitting stuff coming off of a groomer. So if you're cutting across the resort on a groomer, trying to pop off a roller into fresh pow, yeah, you're gonna notice it. But if that roller is fresh pow, probably not. Overall, the category that this sits in is absolutely perfect. I think it's more approachable. I think a lot of people are really going to enjoy this board. Comparable boards: the K2 Alchemist, the Capita Black Snowboard of Death, the Jones Flagship Pro. Binding recommendations: the Arbor Cypress, the Rome Cleaver, the K2 Program. This has been my review of the Arbor GPS. If you liked it, why don't you go watch one of our other reviews for one of the comparable boards.